Hello, BookTube. It occurred to me just the other day that I have a large number of announcements and reminders to make, more than I usually do. Ordinarily on this channel, we just gas along, chatting over the back fence. But there are a number of announcements that I wanted to make. I thought I would just make one video and make a whole bunch of them. Maybe I'll do it again in a couple of weeks and give you all the pertinent links all in one place rather than bouncing all around. And the first one, the first reminder, announcement, whatever you want to call it, grates a little against me, but I have now been admonished by 6 different young people in the course of only a couple of months to make this reminder. So I am going to do that. Years and years ago, Chris Rhodes and Giselle Bradley helped me to make a funny Patreon announcement video with the different rungs and the pitch, the sales pitch and whatnot. And it was done partially tongue-in-cheek, but they made the point, and I made the point to you, and several of you made the point to me, that that extra money, any money that actually did get pledged and come in, would be plowed right back into getting books to show you and talk about. So, and that is still true, but I have long since stopped even mentioning that I have a Patreon. A couple of people in the last couple of months have said that they had to hunt for it. And one of them, who is a professional YouTuber, read me the riot act about that fact, said, what on earth? People might want to donate. They might want to do that. You shouldn't take away that option from them by making them have to hunt for it. He suggested not only posting it with every video, but also plugging it in every video, because that's what he does. I'm not going to do that. But nevertheless, I thought I would leave a link just in case there are quite a few new people out there, quite a few old people who've been around and have asked this question. I do have a Patreon. It is active. There are a couple of you who are just incredibly nice enough to donate on a regular basis. That's just fantastic. I will leave a link down below in case you want to do that, as long as you know that you all know, although actually you don't all know, because quite a few of you are new to this channel. We just passed 7,000 subscribers. Unbelievable. And I do not know 7,000 people. I don't even know 7,000 dogs. So quite a few of you have to be new and strangers to me. Some of you who have been around a while, or who may know me in real life, will know that I have a bit of a sweet tooth for buying technology, for buying specifically laptop computers. Now, that isn't me being a magpie, because I almost entirely buy new material, old products, very old products. So it's not FOMO. It's not me needing the shiny new thing. I got burned once doing that. I got a Lenovo yoga book when it was still in the asking stage. They were still working out the bugs, and I waited for it a long time because it wasn't ready to ship yet. It looked to me like a perfect thing. It was 2 slates of metal on a hinge with a haptic keyboard to replace an actual physical keyboard, an actual keyboard where dog hair could go in and liquid could go in and whatever. And that's the only new piece of technology that I bought in years. And it burned me. It burned me very much. You can get a lot of use out of a Lenovo yoga book, but I can't get any of the use out of it that I wanted to. So I don't do that anymore. But I do still look around and look for Chromebooks and laptops and iPads and tablets of readers and whatnot. And I have a sweet tooth for that, I admit it. But if the funds that come in on this Patreon will go to books. And those books, I promise, will go to you. They won't get mailed to you because I'm not going to post offices, but they will get discussed on this channel. Okay, so that they will become fodder for our ongoing book discussion. So I will leave a link to my Patreon. Okay, just this once, and maybe in a couple of weeks I'll do it again. I have 4 friends who are professional booktubers, or YouTubers rather. No professional booktubers, thank God Almighty, thank God in heaven. But I have 4 friends who are now professional YouTubers, and they all have great fun. They have great fun mocking me for all the stuff that I do wrong. As far as they're concerned, I do everything wrong. I don't have ads. I don't monetize this channel. I'm not going to charge you money to talk to you. I don't ever do calls to action, except now, this particular video. But what's called in YouTube culture calls to action, YouTube gives seminars on this, and they instruct their bigger creators. What you should do is constantly be asking your viewers to do things, to engage with your site. tell them that you're interested in their comments in the comments field, even though they can objectively look on your channel and see that it's been years since you answered a comment. You don't look at your comments field. You're not interested in their comments. You're not in the comments field. So when you say, as a call to action at the end of your video, tell me, what do you think? What do you think of X, Y, and Z? You're just lying. It's just a call to action to get them to engage with their channel, because the metrics of YouTube track and estimate the amount of engagement. I engage with you people plenty. I don't need to do any calls to action at all. And the kind of call to action that I do horrifies my professional YouTube friends. Horrifies them. Because the main call to action that I do, now that I can't send you things in the mail, it used to be, please give me your address so I can send you stuff. But now that I don't do that, won't do that until the all clear is sounded, the main call to action that I have on this channel is for you to email me. Just email me and chat. That horrifies my YouTube friends, my professional YouTube friends. That horrifies them. And I don't monetize this channel in any other way. I don't do polls. I don't do any of the stuff that they say, if you want to grow your channel. Because I don't want to grow my channel. Until just recently, the larger my channel got, the larger my post office bills were every week. So, but anyway, the Patreon is the first thing. Then the second set, I'll do a larger video on professional YouTubers. That would be a lot of fun to do. But the second thing to do is, the second reminder is read-alongs. There are a couple of read-alongs that I'm doing that I wanted to remind you of. One is our read-along coming up in May. It's coming up right around the corner. It's The American Senator by Anthony Trollope. We're reading the first of, I think it's 16 chapters or so of The American Senator for the first weekend in May, which is coming right up. So I wanted to remind you, those of you who are in a Trollope frame of mind, and good God, I have heard from so many of you saying, I kind of sort of liked Trollope before 2020, but now in 2020 he is one of the only authors I can read. He is so comforting, and I agree. I agree completely. You're really gonna like The American Senator. You really are. If you like that quality about him, you're really gonna like him. And the other read-along is a read-along that I'm doing with a bunch of other great booktubers of the Barsoom novels of Edgar Rice Burroughs, the John Carter adventures, the stories set on Mars. We did A Princess of Mars last month, and this month we're doing The Gods of Mars, the top one there. So that's a read-along that's going on this month, in case you've wanted company when you're reading these books, or maybe you haven't reread them in a long time. We have a great spread of people, a couple of people who've never read them, and a few people who have read them quite a bit. So it's a nice balance between the two. And speaking of Gods of Mars and the Marsathon readathon here, there was another reminder, which is that at the end of every read-along, we're doing a live stream. All of us getting together on a live stream. Mike at Pints and Paperbacks is the impresario here. It's his event, and he manages the technology, and it worked last time. We had a live stream last time for Princess of Mars, and it worked. And of course, we ended up talking about a whole bunch of other stuff, not just Princess of Mars. And that will certainly be true next time. And the next time is tonight. It's at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time tonight on his channel, on Pints and Paperbacks. So I'll leave a link to his channel, and I'll leave the details of, it's 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. You are welcome to come by. Chat in the comments, field us questions of all kinds. Doesn't have to be about Barsoom or Edgar Rice Burroughs. We're a talkative group. I'm not sure how many of the five of us will be there. Mike, of course, will have to be there. I will be there because I got nothing better to do. Maybe, I think it's likely that Mark Richardson will be there, since he's doing the responsible thing and has closed his library. So he's probably looking for people to boss around and yell at. No, he'll be happy, I'm sure, to join the conversation. And we have Scott at Book Invasion. I don't know if he'll join us. And Matt, Paperback Junkie, whose home internet is run by a wheel powered by gecko lizards. So provided he feeds them all day and they're nice and energetic, he might have internet. He and Zoe moved off the grid. Why anybody would move off the grid is beyond me. But anyway, that's another announcement, is that there's a live stream tonight, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Feel free to bookmark it, to join in, and to ask us anything about this series, about science fiction, fantasy. Good Lord. In this group, you've got for instance, of those 5, you've got Matt and Mark and me, and between us, we have read virtually every science fiction and fantasy novel ever written, even the really bad ones. I'm pretty sure, I haven't got a full confession out of either one of them, but I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one of us who's read all the Gore novels, for instance. I might not be proud of that fact, but I bet I'm not alone. But anyway, in speaking of Mark Richardson and Richardson Reads, and the fact that his little library in Vermont is closed, that's another reminder that I wanted to just refresh here, and I'll leave links down below, is that the Weathersfield Proctor Library, where he's the head librarian, is of course closed to the public. But they are still, like so many libraries in the country, they are still open, and they are still helping people online. And they've done me the enormous honor of letting me help with that. So I write prose for the Weathersfield Proctor Library. I have an Ex Libris book column on the library's website, and I'll leave a link to that. And the website also has a little section for the electronic version of the new newsletter that Mark and I dreamed about and chortled over late at night, coming up with plans to make this a thing of beauty and a joy forever. And then the world changed and we couldn't get it printed. That also will come back. This will all come back. But for right now, that newsletter is on a separate part of the library's website and has yet more bloviating by me and a little bloviating by Mark and a whole bunch of talk about books. And we're going to keep doing that. So I wanted to leave you a link for that. But also, the Weathersfield Proctor Library has a YouTube channel. And they post, lots of libraries do, and I would love it if you would send me the link to, if you have a library that's doing a particularly good or charming job in their YouTube presence, I'd love it if you'd send me a link. Just leave me a link in the comments section. The Weathersfield Proctor Library is a very small operation, and they are trying to do something along those lines. And one of the things that we did just recently was a conversation between me and Mark about books and libraries and reading in a time of plague and whatnot. And we plan on doing that again too. We plan on doing that as regularly as we can. So I'm going to leave a link to those two things, the website and the YouTube channel, in case you want to check those out. And the last reminder that I want to give you in this little slate of reminders is about Open Letters Review, the online literary journal where I am one of the editors. We do new book reviews, just a barrage of them. I try to get lots of new reviews every week. They're shortish. They're 500 to 800 words, so you're not blocking off time for a London Review of Books article. And quite a few of them are written by me, but we have lots of other great contributors. And my young friend Amakai made an app that is gorgeous. It is completely thorough. You can go to all the stuff that we have done and just read to your heart's content. And it's updated regularly, instantaneously, as soon as the website is updated. And it is available in iOS and Android. It's available everywhere. It's available in the Apple App Store, but also now in Google Play. So it's for free. It's a free download. There's no strings attached at all. It's just a chance for you to read this stuff in the convenience of your phone. So that's the last reminder here. I don't know if I can leave. There's no link that I can leave. If you go to your app store of choice, Android or iOS, and you type in Open Letters Review, you will see it. It has our classic L inside an O logo. Just download that, and you'll have lots and lots of good reading. I have been socked with deadline work that has slowed me down a little, but I plan on writing a lot more now that app is so pretty and is in everybody's phone. You can just have it on your phone. So that's a whole bunch of reminders for you. Some were a little bit more grudging than others. Some I'm intensely proud of. And I thought I put them all in one place, and I'll put reminder in the title so that you have them all to think about. So, and I'll repeat this. I was told by my professional YouTube friends, you can't just do it once and then forget about it. You have to repeat it. It's amazing to me how low a regard professional YouTubers tend to have for you, for ordinary people who are out there watching their stuff, and the entire business is based on. I don't plan on ever getting that way. I will never get too big for my britches, so especially since I'm not wearing any. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up, and we have plenty else to talk about. So I'll be back. Thank you, BookTube.